What's up, guys? This is your boy Mystic Mac here, and today we're going to be doing a much anticipated video. It's going to be another edition of Alliance War Counter Series, but this time we're going to be looking at A.I.M and sort of the teams we can use to counter A.I.M, as well as theory crafting maybe some other possibilities. But before we get into that, I do want to mention that I do now have a Patreon. If you'd be interested in getting a roster review, Blitz team review, Alliance War team review, I'll drop the link for that in the description. I'll also drop the link for my personal Discord. Hop in there, chat with me, chat with my friends, learn some new strategies. I'll put the link in the description for that, and I'll also put the link for my Twitch. I'm streaming every night around 8:30 p.m. EST. So without further ado, let's get into it, okay? So I have 3 videos to show you guys. All is war videos where I'm attacking into A.I.M, and I also have a buddy of mine. His name's Focus Up Gaming. He shot some videos. He has a YouTube, Focus Up Gaming. If you'd be interested in subscribing to him, I'll drop the link in the description as well for that. But he shot some videos against A.I.M where it was an even matchup. So I'm going to show those as well, but let's get right into it. The first team that I think the biggest and easiest team for everyone to counter A.I.M would be defenders. Basically for a couple reasons. The number one reason that I believe is because they have the cleanse with JJ and they have the extra damage against villains. So it's a no-brainer for me. This sort of gives defenders a purpose in war, as where before they were just a team everybody would put on defense and not really use. So this gives them a purpose. People are having a lot of trouble. People are having a lot of trouble taking down A.I.M. They're a difficult team to figure out, and with this we are going to kind of crack the code. So the first thing I want to mention is some recommended T4s on this that is going to make this battle much easier for you. First off, let's look at Daredevil. I don't even have him, but I'm recommending them. The Daredevil Basic, it guarantees a bonus attack if it's a villain, so that's very important for this matchup. The extra speed percent for defender allies. The normal one with Iron Fist, which is the passive for the extra healing. JJ's cleanse could be, it's not necessary, but it can definitely help for clearing every negative effect. And then let's take a look at Punisher. He's got a couple of important ones. This is going to be very important, the passive as well as the ult, but the ult is not completely necessary, but it's good to have. So let's take a look. Like I said, my buddy Focus Gaming, this is a 350k defenders into 340k A.I.M. I do want to point out that it's an 88k Scientist Supreme. The higher Scientist Supreme it is, the more difficult it is to take this team out. Also, he has defense down. So let's take a look at this matchup. Like I said, shout out to Focus Gaming for recording this, and if you would like to follow him, there'll be a link in the description. He does a lot of good learning videos and that type of thing. So I want you to pay attention to the turn order, kind of what he does in this fight, because a lot of people kind of play defenders wrong, so I want to make sure that we're getting the correct turn order down. And you gotta be careful, because A.I.M, they do have war specific abilities, Graviton especially. So she's gonna put the debuffs on them. Now that was very fortunate, the stun attempt dodge on Daredevil. If he got that, if he landed that, this fight could have went a lot differently. Alright, I think he's gonna cleanse himself, and then she's gonna cleanse, which is very important. And then this is why I liked him so much against A.I.M, because now all their debuffs are gone. He does the basic on Scientist Supreme, that I think is very important, and then he does the ult with Punisher. So the basic with Daredevil on Scientist Supreme, if it's T4'd, it gets the extra bonus attack, and who knows, that extra bonus attack would have probably taken her out. But like I said, you have to remember this is an 88K Scientist Supreme here. So this team is no joke. Most of you aren't going to face an 88K Scientist Supreme, but you get the basics here. Bonus with Daredevil, cleanse with JA, alt with Punisher. And he did mention to me that he got some very bad RNG in this matchup, and he doesn't have all, like me, he doesn't have all the recommended T4s on this team. Like, I mean, most people have defenders built up, so most people are going to have these T4s on them. So it is what it is. I mean, it was a very close match. It was a lot closer. Like I said, if you have those T4s on them, it's a lot closer than it maybe should have been. But at the end of the day, you know, as you'll see, he still gets the win here. I just think the cleanse is the most important thing. If you need to take a cleanse team and against these guys, like Kree would be another good option. Maybe Guardians, but their cleanse is a little bit late. Alright, let's back out. So he got the win. And let's go to another version, Wakanda versus A.I.M. Now this is a very interesting matchup. Let's take a look at Wakandans real quick. It's a very interesting counter for these guys because, like I've always said with Wakanda, they're going to go first. So you have an advantage straight out the gate. If you're going first and you're going into an A.I.M team, if they do not have Assaulter's passive T4, most of your, I think 3 of your characters will go first, and then Scientist Supreme will go first. So you have an opportunity to focus down on Scientist Supreme and potentially kill her before she even goes. So that's the most important thing. The most important thing fighting an A.I.M team is getting Scientist Supreme down. As soon as you get her down, the whole match becomes much easier. So I do want to quickly share. I thought I had it pulled up, but I guess I didn't. I do want to quickly go into my matchup with A.I.M and Defenders and War. Now, as you can see, it's a big punch down. So I didn't ideally show this video up front because everybody's gonna say, "Oh, it's a big punch down," whatever. But it's the same thing here. Most people are gonna have Defenders pretty high, and most people you're facing aren't gonna have A.I.M that high. So if you use Defenders, most of the time you're gonna be punching down. But it's the same thing. I actually did a misplay here. I did the alt first. He got a crit, but looking back on things, should have done the basic. He stuns Iron Fist. I get the cleanse, and Daredevil cleans up Scientist Supreme. So that should be a kind of a normal battle with him. Like I said, Focus Up had a little bit of bad RNG. That should be pretty much the normal battle with him right there, is you get the cleanse and you pretty much clean up with Punisher. And like I said, do the basic with Daredevil on Scientist Supreme. So yeah, from here it's just clean up. Like I said, Defenders are going to be your best option, but we are looking at Wakandans too. So let's take a look at his video. I believe it was a little bit of a punch down, but the theory stands true here. Let's yeah, it's about a 40k punch down, a 70k Graviton, 67k Scientist Supreme. So it's no joke here. But like I said, if you're going into it, you have no way to tell, but if you're going into an opponent that has Assaulter's T4 max, or Assaulter's passive maxed, they will go first right here before you do, because it fills Scientist Supreme's turn meter. But he does not, so you got to go twice before she went. And then Shuri does her defense up. And from here, like I said, you have to focus down on Scientist Supreme once you get her down. Oh, there I am talking to Focus Up. Yeah, I think I was chatting with him when he was doing this war battle. But anyways, another team I would like to comment on is Kree. Kree could be very interesting as well because they also have a cleanse. Most people put Kree on defense. But if you have Kree, they can be a valuable option as well because of that cleanse and that burst damage. So let's get this on. As you can see, he pretty much got Scientist Supreme down, and from here it's just basic cleanup. At the end of the day, the jury's still out on this because even if you're using defenders, there's a bit of RNG involved because of Graviton's stun. If he stuns the wrong person, you know, it can make the battle much harder than it needs to be. There's a bit of RNG, but I think the safest bet for everyone would be taking defenders off of defense, put them on offense, specifically for taking out AIM. The main reason being the JJ cleanse, and also the added damage against villains, and then also bottom line is most people have defenders built up for because they've been that way for the longest period of time. So it's the safest option for me. It's what I'll be using against them, and it's what I recommend you guys use against them as well. So once again, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Focus Up Gaming. Here's his YouTube. I'm going to link that YouTube in my description. He does a lot of learning videos, so if you guys would be interested in that, go ahead and check him out, give him a subscribe. But yeah, guys, I do also want to mention I did use a brawler team against them. It was a big punch down, so I'm not even going to show it, but the basis of the brawler team was Miss Marvel, Deadpool, Captain Marvel, Chavez, and Gamora. Now the thing with this is Captain Marvel and Deadpool are going to shed debuffs, so that was my strategy. They were going to shed debuffs. They were going to focus down on Scientist Supreme. But the thing is, if Graviton stuns Captain Marvel, then you can be in big trouble. So I would only recommend high punch downs on them. You shed the debuffs with Captain Marvel. She's going to hit Scientist Supreme, get an assist from Miss Marvel, and then you're going to use Chavez Basic to apply defense down on Scientist Supreme. Deadpool is going to shed the debuffs, and he's going to go after and hopefully clean Scientist Supreme up. So I would just recommend punch downs with that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this counter video. If you have any questions, hop in my Discord, let me know. Like I said, the links will be in the description. And yeah, until next time, guys, thank you so much.